the 18th of February, 2016. No, what is
2015.
this? 2015.
Don't pass another year yet.
We're not going quite that fast, are we? Moving right along here. This is 2015. Thank you. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. But who's counting? I'm Wayne Alley.
I'm Kim Best. Good morning. Glad to have you with us. Yes.
Duh.
Let's keep it in 2015, at least the rest of this year.
I know. I'm not trying to.
Time flies by anyway.
It does. It goes so fast. You know, it does. It's going so fast. I can't keep up.
I know. I told you earlier in the week, my baby is 21 today. Happy birthday, Elliot.
Hey, hey, hey.
That's right.
Way to go, Elliot.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't believe it.
Seemed like it was just, like I told you, it seemed like yesterday
he was 20?
He was 20.
And he was?
I guess he was, yes.
See, on today's show,
who's on today's show we have?
We have Sergeant Paige Lerner. She's here with Crime
Stoppers, yeah,
asking for your help. We also have some information and a presentation from Carl Best.
The ag class from Wayne Community College, the Carl Best ag class from our director of our Cooperative Extension Service, Kevin Johnson, and it was a good class. I was there.
You were there?
I was there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What's going on?
Well, the 15th annual, 15 years this has been going on, 15th annual Rose Banquet is coming up on March 10th.
Who holds that?
This is at, well, it's the Wayne County Council on Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention.
Okay.
And they're presenting the 15th annual Rose Banquet, and it will be on March 10th for youth 6th through 12th grades. So that would be about, what?
Middle school.
12 through seniors in high school. The guest speaker this year is Dr. David Holder. He is with ECU Pediatrics.
Oh, great.
The performance of the Rose and abstinence drama will take place. There will be entertainment, there will be door prizes, and a whole lot more. Anyway, there's ticket admission $6 for youth and adults. Tickets may be purchased at Goldsboro Pediatrics, Ask for NOLA, or at the Academic Abundance on North Berkeley Boulevard. Academic Abundance, North Berkeley Boulevard. You can purchase tickets there. The deadline is February 26th at 5 p.m.
Oh, so they got a little while, another week.
Yeah, got another week on that.
Yeah,
there you go.
Good.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Don't forget the very last week in February,
yes,
which is the 26th through the 28th, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Stage Struck Young People's Own Theater will be putting on the performance of Les Mis.
Oh, wow.
It's the school edition, of course.
Right.
And they have a huge cast. And they've been working on this for months. I mean, they auditioned back in December.
I guess they have.
And they've been working hard every afternoon, every weekend, really preparing for this. And it's a pretty tough topic.
It is. It is. Les Mis is a classic, and it's not an easy play to do, and they have tackled one of the big ones here.
And they have actually been waiting for a long time to put this play on, waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
And this is their spring production, and it's always a big production, like I said, with a very large cast. And they've worked for 2 or 3 months, so support them, go see them, get your tickets at the Paramount Theater, and go check out a great production.
Bank on Wayne.
Yes, through United Way.
Yes.
It used to be, now it's with Literacy Connections.
Literacy Connections, yeah. And of course, they still support United Way and vice versa. But Bank on Wayne classes are held on Tuesdays at Literacy Connections at 6:30 p.m.
Is Lee Holt still the director of that?
She sure is. She sure is, and doing a great job, too. You can call Lee at 735-1990, 735-1990, extension 6. And you can mail her at Bank on Wayne, just like it sounds, bankonwayne at gmail.com. All right.
Very good.
And it's a great effort there. The Bank on Wayne is just a fantastic program. All right.
You know, we didn't mention it, but last Thursday, Majesty Rose, our own American Idol top 10 finalist, and one who traveled around with that whole program through the last summer, she had her very first concert here at the Paramount Theater. It was sold out. A sold-out, packed house.
Fantastic.
So proud of her. Just so glad to see a youth coming back at such a young age and being able to put on such a great concert. And I think everybody there enjoyed it, loved it, and can't wait for her to do it again. Sold-out house.
She is so talented.
Great performance.
And she's just a nice person.
She really is.
A very sweet person.
Yes.
Very nice.
Very happy for her.
Let's see what else we have here. We got stuff.
We do. Don't forget,
Man,
you know,
let me
you
tell
can
you.
sign up for youth soccer and youth baseball through Goldsboro Parks and Recreation. The deadline is March 3rd, so you have up until then. And this is all ages 4 through 12. It's $20 per player for youth baseball and t-ball, and it's $30 per player for youth soccer, and this includes, of course, a uniform. You can call Russell Stevens at 739-7488, and that's at Goldsboro Parks and Recreation. Youth soccer, youth baseball, and t-ball through March 3rd.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for today.
Time to go to those interviews.
Let's go to the interviews.
That's right. We'll talk to you in just a few minutes.
Our guest in the studio today, we want to welcome back Dr. Stephen Peters. Dr. Peters is the head of psychology at Cherry Hospital.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
man.
Hey, good to be here, Wayne.
I am so glad you're back in here.
Hey, thank you.
We haven't seen you since before the holidays.
Right, yeah, it's been a
hope your
while.
holidays were good and all that.
Sure was.
Excellent.
Good times.
All right. We have a lot to talk about. Want to get right into it. You were telling me before we started about an article you had read on, we were talking about weight, and
Yes.
of course, which is comes hand in hand with the holidays and people overdoing it a bit.
Oh, yeah, easy to do.
But in a different sort of way, tell me about what we were talking about.
A major study, research article about, really more about activity and being an active person. And I think it came out of England. Some folks may have heard it in the news. People who are overweight, and even to the point of being obese, the challenge, of course, for that group is to get active, exercising.
Right.
And they found in this study that the real factor for those folks is indeed being active, not the weight loss per se. But a lot of folks who struggle with weight kind of get discouraged in the physical exercise.
Yes.
It's hard to do, you're carrying some extra weight, it's challenging. And if you don't see the weight change, you're not dropping off the pounds, you get discouraged, and so you quit. But if you can stay active, that's really the common denominator. The most important thing is to be active. That active obese people live longer than passive obese people. It's that passivity, the inactivity, is really the factor that they identified. And so it's really whether you're thin, in between, or very heavy, it's about being active. It is what's really healthy.
I think we've all seen people who are indeed overweight to the point of being obese, and they seem to be able to move quickly.
Yeah.
Jackie Gleason comes to mind.
Look at some of the big linemen in pro football.
Exactly, yeah.
Coming from Chicago, we used to get a big kick out of Fridge Perry.
Yeah.
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator
It was
Perry.
big as a refrigerator.
Yeah.
And I can still remember the time he picked up Walter Payton and tried to throw him across the goal line. And he could dunk a basketball.
Yeah, and he was that athletically inclined, but
Yeah.
he was at the same time he was a very large man.
Yeah, I mean, as big as a refrigerator, but a very active guy.
So the study said, as long as you are active, that is a big plus.
Don't worry about what the scale says about you. That's not as much of a health indicator as how active you are. And what they concluded, and kind of because I think this was their benchmark, is they were saying 20 minutes a day, kind of looking for that 150-minute week where you need to be more active. And increasing your activity level is directly tied to longevity. It wasn't just some obscure idea about, well, you're healthier, or you're going to feel better, or whatever indicator that somebody would define. The numbers say you live longer if you're physically active.
So we're not pointing at weight loss. We're specifically talking about being healthy or living longer.
Yeah, about living longer, and that it's physical activity has more to do with increasing your longevity than whatever weight you might be carrying. And carrying a lot of weight's not good for you, but being passive is almost worse for you.
So they're saying, if I understand this right, that indeed that they're not condoning the extra weight. They're not condoning
not
being
good for you.
overweight.
Yeah.
It's just not good for you.
Yeah.
But you can live longer if you are active and overweight.
Much better for you is somehow to get active, and whether that means going for a walk, so whatever you can do.
course, now if you are active, then that should help in weight
and
reduction.
it's that direct proportion, calories in, calorie burn.
Yeah.
You know, the more you exercise, I mean, it could spike up your appetite.
Yeah.
Because you are burning a lot of calories,
Yeah.
maybe. And so eating healthy, I mean, I think for young folks who exercise, they want those calorie protein shakes
Yeah.
because they need the calories. They're burning it like a hummingbird.
But what is the trigger? Why do people, even people who know that, hey, I can't eat this because I'm trying to lose weight, or I shouldn't eat this, what's the trigger that makes people eat?
And most of the, well, there are a lot of things in terms of triggering to make people eat it. For us, and particularly here in the South, as we were saying before the show, it's all that comfort food we have. The deep fried macaroni and cheese. It's pretty good stuff.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
be. But it's probably not that healthy for you. All the holiday
think?
food, yeah, maybe not. I don't know if we've researched that,
Right.
but maybe there's grant money we could look at to see if we could study that. I think we could get some volunteers.
Oh, definitely.
It's really to all that overeating in the name of socializing with friends and family, to just seeking comfort by yourself. That food is not the best for you. Somehow we've connected in our head to being the most comforting and soothing. It makes you feel better when you eat it.
Now, we're talking about not necessarily you're being hungry.
Right.
We're not talking about hunger.
Right,
Of course,
probably not.
people who are hungry need something to eat anyway,
Right,
but
right.
we're not talking. We're talking about something that happens to you if you see a pie, if you see something,
And
or if
some of
you're
those
just thinking
temptations,
about it.
Yeah, and it's habit. It's
Habit.
bad habits, and some self-discipline.
Yeah.
A lot of it's hard for us as people to think about disciplining ourselves and watching and that what we can do, what we can't do. It's easy to be sort of unbridled, and that I can eat what I want to eat, and
Yeah.
it's just if I want it or not. We live in a land of plenty, and so you're not going to be very far from a drive-through.
And that's another can of worms
Yeah,
right there.
it's so handy. It's
It
so
is.
easy.
It is.
And to get another 1,000 calories in you just on the way home. And so you can have supper that night.
But the problem is you're not walking home.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Not
driving
riding
home.
that bicycle.
Or riding the bicycle home.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, and then you're going to have a big supper.
When you get
after
home,
the
then you eat.
cheeseburger. Yeah, and then you eat. Just an appetizer.
Yeah.
Just so I don't get too hungry. But it's making some better choices about your diet, which is kind of that challenge. Finding other activities besides food, talking to a friend, whatever you can do to distract yourself, and something more active. Go for a walk. I'm getting to thinking that I could in my neighborhood out. There's a lot of folks just walking in the morning, in the evening. It's kind of an easy way to get started, I think.
What do you have to do to make that happen
Yeah. And I think that's-
unconsciously?
Yeah. Well, and I think looking into
Or subconsciously?
that habit, because sometimes it is subconscious, where we really aren't thinking about something happened. This time it's working for me.
Yeah.
It's like smoking, other bad habits that we have. What's the main ingredient in habit change? Interesting enough, it's not bad outcome. If it was, well, bad things happen to you. If you don't stop doing that, something horrible is going to happen. Well, that doesn't deter you. People who are diabetic lose limbs. Alcoholics lose jobs and go to jail and kill people on the road. People eat too much, and it says, well, you're going to have another heart attack. Well, okay, I'll be here in October then. Bad outcomes don't change you, because people do experience, unfortunately, they experience over and over again all these sort of bad consequences. So the fear of consequence may deter some of us if you're not there yet. Sort of the mild version of this, to think, well, gosh, I don't want to die of a heart attack when I'm 35, so maybe I'll try to be a little healthier. Maybe some of that helps. For more people, it seems to be a variety of other factors where you make that conscious decision. The research on smoking and smoking cessation, how come some people can just stop, and then some people struggle with that maybe all of their life? The idea that you know, it's easy to get to, where people say, "Oh, I can stop. I stop smoking all the time. I stop every week."
That's right. That's what Mark Twain said.
Yeah,
It's easy to do. I've done it 1,000 times.
Exactly. Yeah. But of all the different factors that may contribute to that success story, what do people say? Well, what did it for you this time when you finally stopped? What was it? And what that research tells you is a conscious, deliberate decision. I've decided I'm not going to be a smoker anymore. I'm not going to be an overeater. You know, you've redefined yourself.
Yes.
And whatever that was in your mentality that made you stop and change the way you think about yourself. And maybe it was some bad outcomes. Maybe it was hearing about some bad outcomes of other people. Maybe it was some other ambition that you have or something else on the positive side. You know, positive change, positive outcomes affects us a lot more than negative consequence. Somebody that wants a goal, has a goal set and wants to go, you know, whatever that target might be, but then makes that conscious, deliberate decision to change their ways.
You have to have that willpower.
Yeah,
you have to.
And we like to say, well, it's not about willpower. You know what? It's about willpower. It's a big factor.
It is.
It isn't just about willpower. Yeah, you need to not have temptation in front of you. You need to get by the drive-through cheeseburger. You need some encouragement, support. You need a partner in this. For a lot of people, it's having a partner in it who's sort of cheering you on and in it with you. That's, for a lot of folks, that's a factor.
Right.
And there are probably a lot of these factors. You know, people are so different. For everybody, for every success story, there's another formula that worked for that person. But that sort of willful decision, because I decided from now on, this is how I'm going to be, that's a really big contributing factor, part of the equation, if you will, for a lot of people. And seems to be, more often than not, what does it for a lot of people.
So, bottom line is focus.
Yes.
Work on that willpower.
And then set some deliberate goals.
Set some goals.
Let other folks know about those goals, folks that can hopefully support you in accomplishing that target goal.
All right.
Which
Does it help to write it down?
I'm sure it does, probably in several places.
Okay.
But whatever works for that person. Try all of the above. Try everything. I think people who get creative and find that, yes, this helped me, you know, and they kind of struggle with an issue and then suddenly found that if I did this, that helped me be more successful.
You know, although we all have similar thinkings and we're all made in a similar fashion, we're all individual people, and what affects one person one way may not affect another person another way.
And so you try different things. You find out what is going to work for you. Okay. And if you say, well, I've tried 1,000 times, but I've always done the same thing. Yeah. Well, that 1,001 time, let's try it another way.
Another way. Try something different.
And if that doesn't work, try something else. And then maybe try all 3 ways. And maybe that helps more. Yeah. And so to get creative and pull other people into this equation, I think that's ultimately is what helps a lot of people.
All right. Stay focused.
Yes.
All right. Dr. Steve Peters is the head of psychology at Cherry Hospital, and I thank you for coming in.
Always good to be here.
Thank you. All right. And we are back, and I got my signals all turned around there a little while ago. But here you go.
We are back.
We are indeedy.
You know, Sunday in the Park is going to be planned again for this year.
That's fun.
It was a huge success last year.
Yes.
It was a Sunday afternoon in the park where there's lots of vendors, and they had the farmers market attendees were there. There were arts and crafts there, and of course, great afternoon of music. That's going to all start up Sunday, May the 3rd.
Really?
So it's a while away. But we're wanting to make people aware we are going to start it back. Goldsboro Parks and Rec will start it back. It'll take place at Herman Park. So mark your calendars now to be a part of it. And it's from 1 to 5, and the first one is the Daily Blues Band.
All right.
The Daily Blues Band, Sunday, March 3rd. So mark your calendars.
All right. Sunday when?
March 3rd.
March 3rd.
May
3rd. All right.
May 3rd.
Speaking of March, I want to remind everyone.
What's happening?
May 8th is Time Day.
Why'd you say May? Are you talking May or March?
Did I say May?
You did. You're confusing me. Are you back in March now?
Oh, this is March. Yes, we're talking March here. March 8th is Time Day. That's when you move your clocks ahead.
I like that day.
March 8th.
I like the days getting longer and the sun shining much later in the day.
Yes, and it will happen.
Yes, it will.
March 8th. You move your clocks ahead 1 hour, and we'll remind you again about that.
Perfect.
Perfect.
You want to do a little Zumba?
If I have to.
You don't have to.
Oh,
But if you're
yeah.
into exercise and you want something unique and fun to do, go take some classes at Herman Park Center. Fitness classes, Zumba, Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 7, $5 per class. They'd love to have you come on out. And it amazes me, the variety of classes, just like at the Senior Center. They have dodgeball. They have softball. They have, this is for adults as well.
Yeah.
It's just amazing what all they have. Of course, they have now something new, and this is taking place at the Goldsboro Municipal Golf Course, and it's called some kind of, what is it called? Foot golf.
Foot golf.
Foot golf. That's what I was going to say. Foot soccer. But I thought, no, that's what you do anyway. It's foot golf, and it's new. It's something unique, and it's been over on the West Coast for quite a while. And of course, it has slowly made its way this way. But it's a unique way to use the golf course. You don't mess up the greens. Well, I guess unless you're kicking them too hard.
Well, yeah, put a big old hole in them, you know.
Yeah, but it's a new game that has just made its way down to North Carolina. If you want to find out more about it and how you can be a part of foot golf, give them a call at Goldsboro Parks and Recreation, and they'll sign you up and find out more about it.
And I understand, I also can imagine, that's a lot of fun.
Oh, yes, I'm sure it is.
That's a lot of fun.
Sure it is.
Okay, very quickly, the birthdays for today.
Yes.
George Kennedy, who's an actor, has been around for a long time. He did a lot of the airplane movies, but he's played bad guy, good guy, Western, drama, crime drama, all that stuff.
Done it all.
He's so talented. He's 90 today.
Wow.
Sybil Shepherd.
Oh, yes.
She's a lovely lady who turns 65 today. John Travolta having a birthday. What a name he's made for himself.
Oh, for sure.
As first of all, came to light as Vinnie Barbarino in Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh.
And he was in Greece, yeah. But he is 61 today.
Okay, 61.
61. And the letter turner of all times, Vanna White from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yes.
She turns 58 today.
And she is still going strong and looking fabulous.
She hasn't changed a bit.
I know.
She hasn't changed a bit.
She's made time stand still.
Yes, indeed. How does she do that? Anyway, Julie Strain is an actress. She was in Heavy Metal, Battle Queen, and Double Impact. She's 53. Matt Dillon, the actor.
Yes.
Very popular guy. He's 51 today. Molly Ringwald was in 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, Secret Life of American Teenagers. 47 today. Birthday today for Susan Egan. She was an actress. Jillian Michaels, 2, 3, 4. She's an exercise person.
Uh-huh. Yes, she is.
Having a birthday. She's 41 today. Sarah Brown is 40. Ike Barinholtz, Mad TV Hunter on Chosen. He does voice work as well. He's 38. And a bunch of other people having birthdays today, including Logan Miller, who's Sam on Ultimate Spider-Man, and Anthony on Growing Up Fisher. He's 23. Logan Miller is today.
That's right. And once again, one last time, happy birthday to my son Elliot.
Way to go, Elliot. Seems like yesterday he was like 20. We got to go. Got to get out of here. We'll be back in here tomorrow, which is another day, and Elliot will be 21 and 1 tomorrow.
Yes, he will.
All right, so there you go. Anyway, join us tomorrow. We'll be right here on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. This is what's happening in your community.